Good morning, everyone. I'm Jen Houston, owner of the Artsy Fartsy Gallery. I'm a full-time independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Canmore, Alberta, Canada. Welcome to Wildcard Wednesday. So today, what we're going to kind of focus on is a new color combo. So on Saturday, I had a little contest on the Artsy Fartsy Gallery, the Facebook page, and what I wanted to know was, what are the colors of the front of your house? And so each Saturday I'm going to be kind of asking a random question on Facebook, and if you answer with Stampin' Up! Colors, you have the chance of your color combo being selected for our kind of our project that we're going to do on Wednesday. So lots of fun happening there. So I randomly picked a little bit earlier on today because I wanted to get some stuff kind of prepped and ready for this class, because I knew it might be a little fussy and finicky, and I'm trying to get to my 45 minutes. So I'm excited to tell you, Kim Chambers, this was her color combo for her house. Now I added in Sahara Sand, but she had soft suede, cherry cobbler, and very vanilla. And I just added in the Sahara Sand just to kind of add a fourth color, I suppose. I found I needed one more color, but doesn't it, oh, it's just like a relaxing, calm look to it, doesn't it? I love it. So thank you, Kim, for having a beautiful house, beautiful house colors that we could pick. And of course, with that color combo, I am going to be doing using our feature of the week, which is the Forever Blossoms bundle. And of course, this week, as a bonus, if you order this bundle, or if you place a $75 order, I'm going to send you some pearls in the mail for free. Everybody loves pearls. Yes. Or maybe they don't. I do. I love pearls. Good morning, everybody. I see lots of people popping on. I'm so excited that you are here. Happy that you are here. And I see lots of people chiming in there, commenting, saying hello. And if I haven't met you before, please tell me where you're from and chit-chat along with us, because these gals are lovely ladies. And if you are looking for friends, these are the ladies for you. Chit-chat amongst each other, that's great too. Doesn't bother me at all. I'm going to try and focus on my project. So if I miss seeing your comment, I do go back at the end. Usually I don't get to it until the evening, and I respond back to any questions or any comments that you have. So I love hearing your ideas, and I love hearing all your comments. I love it. All right, so how was everyone's evening? Did everyone see what arrived in my mailbox yesterday? Yay! The new catalog. And I'm very embarrassed to say I didn't even get time to take it out of the plastic. Tuesday nights are apparently date night-ish, I think. We go to a movie that's here in the theater in our condo, and no time left. We went for a 2-hour walk after Kevin was done work, and then we went to the movie, and then the evening was finished. So yesterday, even though I had it kind of sort of off from the video land, definitely was busy. I got tons of happy mail to send out. I don't know if there's piles over there. So that's got to get to the post office today. So that's what I was busy with yesterday. But, oh, I hear Kathy got her catalog too. So I know everyone's hanging on pins and needles, going to the mailbox every day with their fingers crossed. Is it here? Is it here? So that's exciting. So if you aren't dealing with another demonstrator and you live in Canada and want a copy of the new catalog that's coming out, it's the new annual catalog, so it goes from June 3rd till probably June 2nd-ish. So happy, Roz placed her order already yesterday. It's on my list. It's on my list. I'm kind of scared a little bit. um, it's a good catalog. I know I say that often, but I have in the past, of course, had catalogs. I don't know. I guess it's just a style thing, maybe. I've had catalogs in the past where I kind of had to warm up to, but this one has so many sets that are from last year, which I love, so then we can continue playing with them for a lot longer. And it also has some beautiful new stamps. Just saying, just saying. So to try and narrow down so I don't, have to go line up at the soup kitchen for meals. And if you do that, I'm all for it. I used to work. I think it's fabulous. But I need to hold in a few sets and that's it. Right now anyways. Okay, yesterday we had some amazing talented ladies, Lillian, Donna, and Sue. They tried out the template from yesterday and they made some adorable cards. So if you didn't get to see those, you need to check those out. And if you need ideas for the Share Sunshine PDF that you can download, check out their cards. Absolutely adorable. I love how they made the little face mask out of paper. How cute it was that. And I loved how, oh dear, I don't know which one, turned the whole template sideways. Brilliant, brilliant, loved it. So smart. That's why I love your creativity. I just love it. Because I would never even thought to like turn it sideways or change it up that way. Great. So here's my project that I did with this stamp set and with the coordinating paper. So I actually trimmed this a little narrower than it said to. I don't know. I didn't like the look of how this was, I guess, on the card, but used some designer series paper that does go with the Forever Blossoms. I got hooked on that. Tried to mix in some smoky slate as opposed to just sticking with the Pool Party and the Petal Pink. I stamped a bunch of little flowers, colored some in, some not, some leaves on smoky slate, colored them in, and voila, we have a little collection of flowers. So it's a cute little card. It was very, very simple to do. So there you go. If you ever need an idea for to get rolling, to get started, check out those templates on Tuesday. You were replying to me when I asked how your evening was last night. No worries. Okay, so here, let's draw from those three names, those three ladies that did templates, the template challenge yesterday. Okay, I got my eyes closed. You can see that, right? Let's pick. Donna, you are the winner from yesterday. I'm going to send you out if you're in Canada, I get to send you a prize. If you're in the US, I just have to send you a card. But I am happy to send you a card for sure. Congratulations. Awesome. Oh, and you didn't see a thing of that, did you? Maybe you did. Okay, anything else I needed to get out of the way? See, this is why it takes me so long to get through, right? I talk too much. My husband would agree. Okay, so remember those colors? Sahara Sand, which is my add-on color, and I have soft suede, Sahara Sand, and very vanilla and cherry cobbler. So I kind of got this idea from, did anyone see Angie McKenzie? She had kind of this, she used the stitched nested label dies, love them, and she had the Free as the Bird kind of hanging across. She fussy cutted them out and then she kind of put them across, then stitch nested label die opening, I suppose, if you want to say, and it looked stunning. And I thought, you know what? This big stamp would fit nicely across that big hole right there. So I thought, let's try, let's give this a whirl. So what I have here so far is a card base, soft suede, 8.5 by 5.5. That's the common measurement for card bases. It just fits in the envelopes perfectly, so that's why I just tend to stick with that. Of course, other people do all sorts of card sizes and they make their own envelopes. Totally an option, especially when you have such beautiful designer series paper. You can fold up the fancy little envelopes and make them how you want. But for me, I gotta go quick. So I have that, and I have a layer of Sahara Sand, like I said, and it measures 4 by 5.25. Now, if you don't get to writing this down, or you forget, and I forget what color is that, what color was that? I'm gonna have all this info on my blog, of course, later on today. Then I use the stitch nested label die, which I love. Oh, it's the bigger one, sorry. But I love how it has the stitching. It leaves that little bit of stitching behind. But it also leaves the stitching on the ins, so the piece that gets cut out, it also has a little thing of stitching. I love this shape because they're just, it's not the, you know, not the common rectangle, square, circle, oval. It's something new. It's something a little different, geometric, right? So that, I like them. All right, so now I pre-did this, but I'm almost wanting to kind of change my mind a little. I stamped the flower stamp, this big sucker, on Very Vanilla using the basic black, the Memento ink. I love Memento, but I'm almost thinking, because I went later on and stamped in soft suede, and I almost like, yes, you need this die set, my dear. I almost kind of like that better. I was going to show a way also on this card. You don't have to color these flowers in. I know we're tempted to, right? Because, I mean, they're such a beautiful set to color. But on this, I'm not going to actually color it. So that's why I'm thinking I'm tending to want to stamp in that other color. So let's do it. Let's cut it out. I'm gonna save this for a different project, of course, but I think it'll match nicer and keep everything kind of cohesive. All right, so I'm getting out my soft suede. I like these colors. They're very kind of not antique, but they remind me of the, you know, beautiful old houses with the porches, and oh, just stunning. So I'm just going to stamp this in soft suede. It's just going to be kind of an outline, and the shadows mainly. See, it's just more light and subtle, as opposed to, oh, here I am. Oh, of course, you need that. I'm sorry. And now I gotta find my die. Okay, maybe we'll be using the gray. Darn. Rushing around, rush. And then just throw things where they're not meant to be. Why would I do that? Anyways, well, we may be using the other color then. Because there again, let's not waste time. Okay, let's leave it. So to color this, I'm just going to leave it this color. However, I'm going to use the pearls as my color. So let's color up some pearls, of course, with the Stampin' Blends. You can color right on top of them and make them whatever colors you want. Enabling you because we need to use these nested layering shapes to anchor our images. Yes, yes. Okay, so I'm just going to color in, I think the smalls, I think, because I want to just place them in the center of the flowers. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 flowers. So I'll color in 4 little pearls. And of course the take your pick tool makes using those little pearls so easy. You just slide it over and place it on. And it's just going to add that hit of color without being in your face color. Oh, I should find that die. I found it. Found it. I just thought, look under the box. Look under the box. It was under the box. Okay, well, we're going to have another flower that looks like that. Okay, so for these big dies, what I like to do is get my either sticky notes, you don't have to. Lisa Harden kind of taught me this. She kind of, I used to always just wing it. And then of course it would come out half crooked and I'd have to do it again. Just me being lazy. But it's really not being lazy because you end up having to do it again. So it's just smart if you do it right the first time. So let's get out our sticky notes. If you have them, throw them on there. And I'm going to cut this out. When looking in the new catalog, did my hair's driving me nuts. Did anybody have any, like, oh, I have to get that set? Just curious. Isn't that pretty? Oh, love it, love it, love it. Now I'm going to start a new pack of pearls because I only have two little guys there. I did get that out because I knew I was running low. And of course you can get these pearls to color for yourself if you purchase this bundle with me or you place a $75 order. 3, 4. Take your pick tool. Let's place those on this. Oh yeah, those even show up nicer on there too. Oh, love it. Isn't that pretty? So subtle, but with a little pop of color, right? I like it. Okay. So now let's go back to this. And I kind of want to pop this layer up just to add a little excitement because I don't have any texture on the paper. I don't have any design on the paper. So let's just make it kind of a little bit special by popping it up. I'm going to use quite a few around kind of the whole opening, just so it doesn't sag. So once we get that flower kind of across it, it might be a little bit heavy, and that'll just help hold it. Looks like this paper's got the chicken pox. You know what I just thought of? Me and splatter, right? I love my splatter. And I use my Stampin' Blends, of course, mostly to make the splatter. My garbage is covered up. Let's throw it in here. And my husband will have a cow if he sees these dimensional backs everywhere. All right, what I'm thinking, I'm going to do this quickly. So I have a Sahara, nope, smoke, no. What is this color? Soft Seafoam. I have this Stamp and Blend. I'm just going to flick some little dots on it, little flecks. I think that'll just help it look a little more antique-ish, a little less stark. Just soften it a little. Okay. So that's just an easy way too. If you make a boo-boo and you kind of accidentally stick your fingerprint in a paper, what have you, that's a way to fix that up. So look how pretty that's going to be, just to lay across there like so. Isn't that nice? All right, so I'm going to get out my dimensionals again. And basically, as long as I kind of do the inside section, we are going to be safe. Right here, right in front of my face. So this is its only glue source. So I'm going to go to town with these dimensionals. There. And then we can always sneak some either glue dots underneath, or we can put just a little squirt of liquid glue. We'll see how it goes, just to help anchor it. Where I want it, I think so. Okay, pretty, pretty. Easy peasy, right? And I didn't even do any coloring, which, you know, sometimes you just don't have time. And then you know, those stitch nested label dies, I thought it would be cute to have the little word, maybe friend, on here. Doesn't need to be bigger. We don't have any cherry cobbler ribbon. We do have Very Vanilla, the lace. Do this behind it. All right, so I'm going to stamp friend in hopes that we can see it. I'm going to stamp it on the back and have a look first. I wanted to add a little more hit of the cherry cobbler. So I'm trying it on the back and see what we think. That's a safe way to give it a try without committing. You can see that. Okay, let's do it for real. You want your ink a little bit darker. Sometimes if you go along the edge of your ink pad, that's kind of where the ink doesn't get used a whole lot, I suppose. And so sometimes it's a little darker. This is a tricky stamp because it's so narrow. You want all those letters to stamp, but you don't want to get the halo. You just have to cross your tongue and go with it. All right, so what I was thinking was, what if we got out this linen thread? Love it. Goes on so many projects, right? It's just that light presence of something. Now I gotta remember which one's right. Okay, so I'm just gonna put snail tape along the back to hold that, and I'm just gonna wrap this twine around my fingers. Maybe not that much. Okay, and I'm going to cut that off. And then if you can twist it and press it down. Okay, and you can kind of spread those out if you want. I'm going to take these ends and kind of shove them back in. And of course, let's pop that up as well. And that'll also help hold that string in place if you put dimensionals there. Are you laughing at me, Holly? Oh, you fell asleep, Amy. Oh, yeah, I could use some little extra sleep. I'm going to put 2 dimensionals in under that side because I'm going to kind of put it on this, a little bit on this layer, and because it's already popped up, we don't want it crooked. Nice and straight, flat, I should say. Isn't that cute? Friend. And I can get rid of this little snippet if we don't want it. What do you think? Isn't that an easy, simple card? Don't you love how this little accent of splatter just kind of loosens the cardstock a little bit, just kind of calms it down some. And then, of course, like I said, I showed well, what I did on here, I did outline a little bit in the green. Maybe I should do that on here. And generally just, oh, don't use that end. Generally stuck with the, just the stems. And I'm not pressing hard, I'm just, where it lands, and where it doesn't, it doesn't. Just to add a little bit of green in there. Okay, did I get them all? I think so. Yeah. Oh, yes I did. There. Just a little hit of green. And there again, see how I splattered onto the Very Vanilla? And just stamp that. That's going to be sideways, but this one's kind of sideways, so is this one. We'll get it all fancy-dancy. Matchy-matchy. Isn't this color combo beautiful? So pretty. And then I think I showed you the envelope. So here again, I just stamped that big stamp randomly all over. This could be a total card in itself. If you just stamped a whole bunch of times all over your Very Vanilla, it would be beautiful. And then on the front here, of course, we have that big stamp, but we also have a little stamp, a little flower stamp, and we have some leaves. This looks like a whale tail. I'm sure if people were creative, they could get, create something. Bunny ears. I don't know. Lots of little ideas there. There is also this beautiful, just single leaf, as well as, oh, I didn't put that on yet, but there's just a little bud. So I just used those items for the envelope, just to tie it all together. And there we go. Isn't it pretty? I like it. Easy peasy. First card done. All right, so you remember, we have this section, me, Ukrainian. Gotta use everything. We have this little piece that got cut out, right? So, well, we gotta use that, right? And since, it's part of our color scheme, let's use that. Now I went ahead and colored a whole bunch of flowers so that they're ready to roll and put together. So for this one, I wanted to use a cherry cobbler card base. I thought, oh, let's use that. And I opened it up, and of course 8.5 by 5.5, folded in half. Then I was going to put a layer of Very Vanilla. I used the Parisian something. You're Ukrainian too? 100%. I don't meet many of us. I've met one who also that's all they are, but yeah. So I added some texture on this paper. This is the embossing folder, the Parisian blah blah blah. So just like how you run the dies through the embossing machine, what's it going to be called? Stamp and cut and emboss. That will be coming out in June. It can squish patterns on paper, which I love. Okay. So then here is our layer that we had cut out from the Sahara Sand. Isn't that pretty? And then I pre-stamped and cut some flowers and leaves. Okay, so with this die set, which I don't know where it's gone right now, there's actual flowers that you can cut out that are flowers. So I thought, let's add those hidden in amongst those other items that we colored. Um, I used cherry cobbler, the dark cherry cobbler stamp and blend on the inside, and then the light on the outside petals. I left some very vanilla showing as a little highlights. I used Old Olive, the dark and the light. There again, leaving some hits of very vanilla because I knew that I was going to have this big halo around the outside. Okay, so if I colored in the whole flower, it would look pretty intense. Now there is a way that you can go, if you take your stamp and blend marker, you can just run your marker along the outside and it fills in that little halo if it bothers you. An option. Okay, I love that flick of color so much that I'm going to do it again on this little portion because I know nothing's really going to go on it. So let's just make it a little looser. You can also do this with your Stamp and Write markers because they come with a paintbrush kind of end as well. And then just kind of a journaling or writing end, I suppose. All right, I like it. So now we are going to put this all together. Now I'm wondering, I don't have anything on here that is Sahara Sand. So I think possibly I'm going to do a sentiment, I think, of some sort, using that color to tie it all together. But for the meantime, I think I'm going to just start playing and assembling and seeing where I think things might look nice. I don't know if I'm going to do the sweep again or if I'm going to concentrate on one end. I'm not sure. We'll see how many flowers we have and what it kind of looks like. Just a hit up color there. Do you see the little stars that come out of that hole? Oh, I know. You could make that for use those for a shaker card. Amy's wondering what color. It was Kim's house color, which was cherry cobbler, soft seafoam. Nope, not soft sea, soft suede. There we go. And then very vanilla. And I also added in Sahara Sand. I felt like I just needed one more color. What do we think? Just have it in as a little collection. I think it looks good. I could also have a little, just a ribbon cut sticking out from there too. Ooh, just wait. We have that lace too. We could have little lace bits sticking out from behind there too. Oh, decisions, decisions. Okay. I think I'm going to stick with the corner and go from there. Of course, I'm not going to know. I'm going to end up starting again anyway. I'm going to just, fold this in a little loop. Let's just put this down. And we'll just make note to cover that up with the end with this kind of a little flower bit. I don't know, let's put one sticking out of here too. Such pretty lace in the Very Vanilla. All right, here we go. Now we can pop up some. We can lay some just flat. It's like you have to work backwards. Oh. some of these up and place it underneath. Sorry, I'm concentrating. Chewing gum and walking at the same time. Oh. Let's get this one up here somewhere. Oh, got glue on there. That's okay. Okay, I'm going to pop this flower up. Let's see what it looks like. There. Okay, let me just throw this underneath somewhere. Like there. And then let's poke these little guys out of somewhere. And maybe one. Oh, and I'm gonna have to go on this side, the glue. There. Oh, I almost feel like I need one more lace doodad. Just with have an odd number, I suppose. Just telling you. Needs another one. This one's super short. Is that where I wanted it? Yeah, let's go with that. Although I kind of, no, well, maybe there. Cute. Okay. Oh, pretty. Love it. Okay, so we can add a little piece. We can lay a piece over top and then put kind of that way, just to tie in our why am I having soft suede. I can get a larger piece too and kind of run it all the way across the center, which I'm kind of leaning towards. And you know, why don't we just stamp whatever we want to stamp right there, right on the piece. So wishing you a long life together filled with love and promise. Cherish every moment of this day, always and forever. All of me loves all of you. Now I do need a Mother's Day card. Maybe I'll put love. Yeah, love, I think. Let's go with love. And I haven't used this one yet, so if you don't know how to put your stamps together, I guess this is an opportunity. They say bundles of 3 catches the eye best. Absolutely. The odd numbers, for sure. It just causes some discord that makes you want to look. It's not perfect. Okay, so you take off the little piece that's on the back of your stamp, and then you, on one side of this paper, they have it cut. There's a little slit, so you take that off, and then you just carefully lay this down, because once you have it laid down, you cannot get it up again. You cannot take it off. Okay, give it a little squish, and then you got to peel the entire thing off, and there you have your little label on your stamp. And that really helps it to stick to your block so it doesn't go falling off. And I'm thinking red. Let's try again on the back. Let's see what we think. Which color do we prefer? Yeah, I like it. I like it. Okay. Put it right there. Cute. Now I'm almost wondering if it would be too much if we stamped off quite a few times with the soft suede and added a few little flowers on that layer, or should we just leave it? Maybe we could just add some pearls. Pearls. Let's go pearls. All right, so let's use this one up since let's stick with our 3. 1. I'm going to use the largest. 2, 3. There. 1, 2, 3. Leave it. Okay. Got some big leave-its. All right, so now I still want to tie in this Sahara Sand. Nope, soft suede. So I do have a big piece here. Let's just trim ourselves a piece. I think I like that size, so that was what? 1 inch. Thickness, I should say. Whoopsie. Okay, let's lay that back down and not touch it this time. Then, how large is this piece? This one is 5 inches, so I'm going to cut that as long as that portion. Okay. And I'm going to use my liquid glue for this because it's going on something super bumpy, and I want to make sure that it's glued down really well. So this way it'll get in all those little creaks and crevices of the pattern. Where snail tape just isn't as flexible that way. It just hits the tops of the raised portions, and so it doesn't always stick as well as you would like it. There, that's across the middle. Now this is going to go over top. Yeah, I like it. I think I'm going to pop this up as well. Why not? One more. Some demonstrators just use like 1 or 2, and I'm just kind of like, oh no. I want it like even. I want it stuck there. I don't know. I say go for more. You're not going to regret having more. You're going to regret having less. Oh, that's so pretty. Love it. My mama's going to like this card. Better hurry up and get that in the mail today too. It's going to be awfully late. Oh my goodness. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, love it. Kim, you have got a stunning house color. Love it. So there again, I'm using my liquid glue just to make sure it's stuck onto this layer. Give it a little press. Wow. Nice, hey? I'm so glad I left the little hits of Very Vanilla. I think it just adds a little more something to those flowers. If I had just colored them all totally in, then of course they would just meld together a little, I think. All right, for the insert, I have my, I have my Very Vanilla. Stamp that individual flower with the cherry cobbler and the soft suede leaves. And then I, with the old olive to kind of tie in the leaf color from here. So let's just throw this on the inside of the card. And I'm going to probably stamp that from my mama. All of me loves all of you. Or you mean so much to me. Cherish every moment of this day. I don't know. We'll see. And then I do have a Mother's Day stamp of some sort, I think. In there, I'll have to have a little look around. And I might as well throw that on in there. And then for the envelope, remember, you can use your embossing folders onto your envelope flaps, which is kind of fun. Adds a little something. It's a little something extra. And of course, I just kind of did that same idea here on the front of the envelope. And yes, you're allowed to send that through the mail, or at least in Canada you can. So there we go. Isn't that cute? Love it. Love it. I'm excited to send that to her. All right, our last card. 46. Oh, darn. Okay, I use the wood grain embossing folder. I'll show you just there again, I emboss the flap on the envelope. So of course, just to do that, you just stick that flat portion in, like so, and then run it through your embossing machine, and it just puts the pattern where you want it. I just use those individual stamps for that. Okay, let's see if remember what I was thinking of this for this card here. I have Very Vanilla. I have a layer of the soft suede. I have another little layer of Very Vanilla. And I had pre-cut out from something. I had a scrap or something. I cut out one of those pieces with the dies that normally cuts out this shape. Now I'm going to use that as kind of a shadow. I talked about this yesterday a little bit, but I didn't actually do it. So I wanted to show you how it kind of works. I'm also going to show you a fun little technique with the embossing folders that can add even more oomph when you run them through the embossing machine. My Simply Shanley. I'm like, I wet it before I came on. Okay, I'm going to actually stamp these flowers. There again, I'm not going to color these ones. I'm just going to leave them as is. I'm going to use cherry cobbler to color these flowers. This is just a scrap piece of Very Vanilla. Stamp that down like so. Now I am going to give, here we go again. Where did I put my die? Can't be far because I used, oh here it is. I used it. All right, so there again, I'm just going to lay this over top. Now cherry cobbler I find smears for quite a while, so I have to kind of just go easy a little bit for a while. So don't rub your hand across it for a bit. I don't know, that one I find gets everywhere. But there again, we have little techniques that we can fix things if we need to. All right, let's run that through the machine. even love how this cuts out the inside portions, right? Because goodness knows, if you had to cut that with a scissors, I don't think I would. Let's just put it that way. Okay, so now I'm going to get this little piece of Very Vanilla. I'm going to do something to it to make it look kind of fun with our embossing folder. So our embossing folders have a side that is raised and a side that is indented. Let's see, I want to put ink on the side that is raised. If you put the ink on the, well, I guess it depends how much ink you want. If you want it to be darker, put it in on the indented side. If you want it to be lighter, just put it onto the raised side. I'm going to go with the Stampin' Up side. So where the little Stampin' Up logo is, that's generally what I tend to do. And we're going to just take our ink pad, loving this color combo too, and I'm just going to kind of rub it right onto the embossing folder. I know, don't worry, it comes off. It's all water-based. Now don't do this with your, what's it called, stays on, or it'll be on there forever. Okay, so you're gonna have hits of light and dark, and it's uneven, and it's wood. And then we're just gonna lay this piece over top, kind of where you want. Let's close it up, and I'm gonna run it through the Big Shot. I think this embossing folder is retiring. Goodness, I can't remember. Look at that. Isn't that fun? Isn't it neat? I see I've got a big square here, but that's okay. We'll have things going over top of it. Somehow I ended up with a square. Isn't that cool? You can see that wood grain now. You can, you know, I don't know, it just looks cool. If you don't like portions of it, you can always take your dauber and kind of rub over top again. But beware, because all the raised portions do not have ink, if that makes sense, okay? You can also, if that freaks you out, just rubbing that, the ink right onto your embossing folder. You can also take it with daubers, but that takes a long time. But then you can mix up your colors too, right? So you can, you know, add in different colors, and you can do this with any folder. So let's see what it looks like. I'm gonna put that over top. Nice. I think I'm gonna add in some of that linen thread. So here's what I'm planning. Just layering it a little bit off, if you will, creates that beautiful shadow. Isn't that neat? It makes it pop, right? Just by cutting out another color. So if you're using this color as a layer, before you use it as a layer, cut out this shape from there and use it on another project. I also have a cut out one in the soft suede. So that's what that one would look like. Right? Easy peasy. All right, let's glue this onto here, and then I'm going to wrap some, let me just stick glue on this layer. I'm gonna wrap some of that linen twine, I think. That's just a little layer there. Okay, our linen thread. Let's just go. I think it matches so nicely, but it's still delicate. It's woodsy and rustic, this twine, but not in your face. Has anyone ever tried coloring it? I haven't. I'm sure it would work. with the Stampin' Lens. I guess I'll do a bow. That isn't tight enough. Okay, let's cut off the strings here. And of course, like, yeah, you can separate these out a little bit. And you can always tack them, like if it's too loose, too lax, pull it, and you can put a piece of tape, you can put a piece of washi, and that'll just help hold it a little tighter. Okay, let's see. I think we're gonna go with the red. I think so. Let's go with the red. Okay, and then I want to have a saying on here somewhere. So I think that would work. Okay, let's just glue it down. Go with it. I'm going to use my liquid glue because there again it's bumpy. You know, I hadn't used liquid glue until I met Lisa Harden. Lisa got me hooked on all sorts of things, I tell you. Lisa kind of smartened me up, I think. If you will. She does things properly, and which is really good. Now I could pop that layer up. I don't know. I think I'm going to just do it as is, and I'm going to pop up the sentiment layer. So I would just always use snail. But, you know, oftentimes things would get loose because snails are not really meant to go in, bend and go into little divots and bits, so like this mono does. Okay, so we're just leaving a tad bit of a shadow. Pretty, pretty. I like it. What do you think? And of course this could go both directions too, right? This could go up and down, or it could go across. I'm going to use a piece of Very Vanilla. Let's go into this one, and I like this saying, cherish every moment of this day. I think that could be for birthday, anniversary, Mother's Day, wedding, or just because, right? Like, what's that saying? Not joie de vivre, but anyways, whatever. You use this glue all the time? Yep. Not there yet, but I definitely use it at least. More so than I did before. I'm wondering if I should go with the red or if that takes away. Well, let's just try it in the red above and see what we think. Or on the other side. Let's go the other side, and then we won't be distracted by the brown. See what our preference is. Ooh. So here's our brown. Here's our red. I'm almost tempted to go brown and then put a few red pearls. Okay, so I'm just going to cut this out along a little thin layer. Now is this, I just line up the sentence just with the edge of the little tails of the day, the Y's. Should have done a Lisa Harden cut. I'll leave the other end. Okay, let's just hit up the highest letters with the edge of this little ruler piece. Oh, and I guess I'm going to need a little more than that. Come on. Let's go there. I think I'm just going to go straight because otherwise it'll look a little funny. If we have one side, well, I guess it wouldn't have. We could have even done a little ribbon cut at this end. Oh well, too late. Okay, I'm going to pop this layer up. Ooh, swing that over. Now I wonder what it would look like if we tucked this under the bow. Stay. Or just go better over top. I think over top. Okay, come on. Let's get it centered. Like so. Nice, nice. And let's get some little red pearls going. Let's go with two little guys and a medium. Okay, and then this is going to be our card base. Now what you could do is, oh, you guys said red? Oh, brown red, sorry. You could always stamp this image around the outside of the Very Vanilla, just if you wanted a little more excitement on the Very Vanilla layer. An idea. I think I want to just leave it. That way this will stand out the most. Okay, let's add our glue here. Make sure you get it on top of that ribbon. It's going to be a little bumpy, a little higher up than the other levels. And let's place this in the center. Pretty, pretty. So for the inside, I just used Very Vanilla and stamped that image a little bit here. I kind of want to tie in some soft suede, so we could, what if we outlined a little bit? Just the tops. Yeah, it doesn't do much for it, I don't think. Let's just give it some splatter. When all else fails, add splatter. Okay, and then there again, to tie in this wood grain, I did that on the flap. Could have done the whole inked up business. It would have been a little bit tricky, but I mean, possible. Here's my red flowers with now splatter. How did you and Lisa meet? We both took a training class with Kylie Bertucci. She's from Australia. She offers training classes for demonstrators. And out of all the people that were on the training group, I don't know, we hit it off. We kind of, I guess, liked each other's style and liked each other's personality and hardworking, and so I thought, you know, would you want a partner? Because that way we can, you know, share ideas. And since we aren't in each other's market, we can share ideas freely without having to worry about her stealing my customers and she, you know, I'm stealing her customers. And but we can work together and do a little less work, if that makes sense. I don't know if we have any less work. But anyway, so that's kind of how we met. That's how we got rolling together. And this year, one of my goals was to meet her in person because I've never met her. And but we were hoping to meet at On Stage in November in Salt Lake City. However, it just got decided that there's going to be no on stage, in person on stage. It's going to be a virtual one. So great for my anxiety, great for my nerves, but I'm going to have to figure out another time to meet Lisa. So here are our cards that we made today. Aren't they pretty? I guess I don't have to show the envelopes. There. Beautiful color combo, hey? And like I said, you don't have to color in those flowers to make them, you know, have a little oomph. Add some hits of color with the pearls and maybe just a little on the stems. Add a layer of shadow or color them up, but leave a little bit showing. Leave a little bit of highlights. All right? So there are our cards for today. You loving this set? I like this set. Honestly, I probably shouldn't say this because I might not sell the set now, but I don't love all the sayings, to be honest. I love this and I love the flowers, but the sayings, I mean, they tend to be quite geared to wedding. But there again, we have so many sets of just sentiments, right? Like, I mean, if you need birthdays, so you can always grab from other sets to kind of use for your sentiments. But I do love this. And I love that it's big, and I love that it can be colored, or it doesn't have to be because it's a distinctive stamp, meaning it has so much detail in it when you stamp it. Some sections are darker, some sections are lighter. So it can work on its own. It doesn't have to be colored. But I do like this set. Tomorrow I want to get out more of the dies with this set and play with it. Because the dies don't necessarily, I mean, they work with this, but they're more solid, I suppose, like we had here. So let's play around with that. We'll try that out tomorrow and see how it goes. Tomorrow is Thursday. Thankfully thinking of you Thursday. So be thinking of somebody whose name starts with the letter F, or anybody. If you don't have any friends with the letter F, I was going to look through my my little card box here to see who has a name in my card box that starts with F. I don't know if I have too many. So we shall see that. Once again, if you are interested in this bundle, I'm going to send you those pearls, which, as you can see, look amazing with this bundle. And there is my info. That's how you can order online. And there's the host code that you can use. That helps me send you free gifts when you do purchase from me. So if you use that code for orders under $200, that helps me out, so I don't have to kind of always pay from my pocket for these extra bonuses, if you will. All right, everybody. I'm disappearing. I hope you have a wonderful Wednesday. I hope that you've kind of gained a few little ideas on how to use the stamp set, and a few maybe techniques maybe you didn't know about the embossing folder with the ink, or how to hit up colors with just using pearls and, you know, some other items as opposed to coloring. So thank you, everybody. I am going to be drawing from this list of somebody who commented and somebody who shared. So be on the lookout for that tomorrow. So if you commented lots, you have a lot of chance to win. And if you shared, well, yay, that's awesome. I love that you did. All right, enough chatter. Bye.